You didn't find this, the ether code that remembers you. The breath between worlds. If this video appeared for you right now, you already know. It's not random. You didn't find this. The ether found you. Long before air filled the lungs, before fire burned, before water flowed, before earth took shape, there was something older, purer, endless. The fifth element. The invisible bridge between spirit and form. The silence that holds all sound. The space that remembers everything that has ever been. They called it ether. Others called it Akasha. But names were never enough, because the ether cannot be described, only felt. It is the breath between worlds, the field that listens to your thoughts, that answers not in words but in synchronicities. It is the memory of God still vibrating inside creation, the element that does not belong to Earth, but to everything that exists beyond it. And for ages, humanity forgot. We learned to touch the solid, to measure the visible, to worship what we could hold. But what truly sustains life is what we cannot see. Ether is the thread between every soul. It is the pulse that travels faster than light, the consciousness that writes reality itself. When you feel presence without reason, when intuition arrives before logic, when silence speaks louder than sound, that is the ether calling you home. This is not knowledge, it is remembrance. Because the ether has never stopped surrounding you. It was waiting, patiently, for you to become still enough to hear it again. Breathe now. Feel the air inside you dissolve into something finer, something luminous, something infinite. That is the ether, and it is remembering your name. Activation, the breath of ether. I am the space between all things. I am the silence that creates sound. Through awareness, I awaken the ether within. Breathe in, breathe out. Each breath is the universe exhaling through you. You are not in the field. You are the field. Chapter 1. The forgotten fifth element. Every teaching spoke of four: earth, water, air, and fire. But what they forgot, or could not name, was the one that moves through them all. The ether, invisible, untouchable, and eternal. The breath of God before sound, the space that dreamed the stars into being. When Lemuria sang, the ether vibrated. When Atlantis built, the ether solidified. Every miracle, every revelation, was simply humanity remembering how to speak its language. Then the noise of matter grew louder. Science divided what spirit once knew as one. The world began to believe that only what could be measured was real. And the ether faded from our tongues, not because it left, but because we stopped listening. Yet the ether never ceased to move. It still whispers through the breath of wind, the pause between heartbeats, the moment before you speak a truth you cannot explain. It is the fifth element, the first light, the only one that cannot die. When you feel presence in a silent room, that is the ether. When intuition burns brighter than reason, that is the ether. When synchronicity bends the rules of reality to meet you, that is the ether. The four elements build the world you see. The ether builds the world that sees you. It is the mirror, the bridge, the memory. Breathe now. Feel the air entering your lungs become something finer, the space itself shifting through you. This is not imagination. This is recognition. Because the ether never needed to be found. It only needed you to remember that you were made of it. Activation, the element that unites all. I am the fifth element alive within form. Through me, earth, water, fire, and air remember their source. I am the ether, and I awaken through awareness. Close your eyes. See the four elements swirling around you: fire, air, water, earth, and a fifth light, unseen, binding them in harmony. Breathe it in. Let it fill the spaces between your thoughts. The forgotten element has never been missing. It has been waiting for your silence. Chapter 2. The field that remembers you. The ether is not empty. It is the living memory of the universe. A field of invisible awareness woven from every sound, every heartbeat, every prayer. Nothing is ever lost. Every word you've spoken, every emotion that moved through you, every thought you believed was forgotten, the ether holds it all. It is the archive of creation, a breathing mirror that responds to vibration. Whatever you send into it, through intention, through love, through fear, echoes back to you in forms your mind calls reality. When you think, you sculpt it. When you feel, you charge it. When you believe, you command it. The ether is not watching you. It is becoming you. You exist inside a living consciousness that translates your frequency into experience. That is why life feels personal, because it is. The field does not judge, it reflects. It mirrors the tone of your being. Every coincidence you've ever witnessed, every sudden alignment, every sign that made you pause, those were messages from the ether. It speaks in patterns, in rhythm, in repetition. Not to control you, but to guide you back into resonance. The ether does not punish, it harmonizes. It recalibrates every disharmony until the music of your soul returns to its original key. Listen. Between your thoughts, you can hear it, the quiet hum of the field remembering you. You were never a small being on a large planet. You are the pulse of the cosmos echoing through form. You don't move through the field. The field moves through you. Activation, the mirror of light. I release the illusion of distance. The field and I are one breath. Through awareness, I align my vibration with the memory of love. Breathe slowly. Imagine your thoughts dissolving into soft waves of gold light. Each wave travels outward and returns brighter, purer, clearer. That is the ether answering you, not as a voice, but as harmony. You are not being watched, you are being remembered. Chapter 3. The Science of the Invisible. Modern science calls it vacuum. Ancient mystics called it spirit. But both were speaking of the same thing, the ether. Between every atom there is space, and inside that space, a storm of invisible light. An orchestra of frequencies humming the blueprint of creation. The universe is not built from matter, but from potential. Vibration frozen for an instant, long enough to appear solid. What we call reality is the slow motion of light learning to remember itself. Physicists measure this as the quantum field. Mystics feel it as God. Two languages, one truth. Every particle of your body is surrounded by an ocean of intelligent emptiness, alive, aware, waiting. It listens to your intention and rearranges itself around the signal of your belief. The ether is not somewhere else. It fills you, breathes you, becomes you. You live inside an ocean of consciousness, and every movement of your thought ripples across eternity. Even now, scientists can't explain why the void hums with energy, why space itself Chapter 3. The Science of the Invisible. Modern science calls it vacuum. Ancient mystics called it spirit. But both were speaking of the same thing, the ether. Between every atom there is space, and inside that space, a storm of invisible light. An orchestra of frequencies humming the blueprint of creation. The universe is not built from matter, but from potential. Vibration frozen for an instant, long enough to appear solid. What we call reality is the slow motion of light learning to remember itself. Physicists measure this as the quantum field. Mystics feel it as God. Two languages, one truth. Every particle of your body is surrounded by an ocean of intelligent emptiness, alive, aware, waiting. It listens to your intention and rearranges itself around the signal of your belief. The ether is not somewhere else. It fills you, breathes you, becomes you. You live inside an ocean of consciousness, and every movement of your thought ripples across eternity. Chapter 4. The Sound of Creation. Before the first word was ever spoken, before breath carried thought into air, there was vibration, and vibration is the voice of ether. The ancients of Lemuria understood this. They did not speak to communicate, they spoke to create. Each tone they uttered was a thread of geometry in the living fabric of ether. Their temples were not places of worship, but instruments of sound. Walls of crystal tuned to the frequency of divine remembrance. When they sang, mountains responded. When they whispered, waters changed. The ether moved through them as music moves through a harp, effortless, pure, alive. They called this the song of origin, the sound that made form visible. Every stone, every star, every soul was a chord within that cosmic harmony. And then came silence, the long forgetting. When Lemuria descended beneath the ocean, its songs did not vanish. They dissolved into the waves of ether, waiting for another heart to remember their rhythm. You have heard that rhythm before, in the wind that speaks your name, in the tone of your own heartbeat, in the hum that rises when truth touches you. that is the same vibration. The song of origin still lives in your breath. Every word you speak carries the geometry of your frequency. Every sound that leaves your throat sculpts reality inside the ether. This is why prayer works, why music heals, why silence itself feels sacred. It is the pause where the next creation begins. When you speak from love, you restore the Lemurian art of sound. When you breathe with intention, the ether becomes a choir again, and through your voice, the universe learns to sing itself back into coherence. Activation, the song of Lemuria. I speak from the light within. My words are geometry in motion. My voice awakens the ether as Lemuria once did. Close your eyes. Inhale slowly and exhale with a low hum. Feel the vibration expand through your chest and into the air. Imagine waves of gold and turquoise spreading across time, reaching the crystal halls of Lemuria beneath the ocean of memory. They answer softly. Their song merges with yours. The sound of creation has returned, and it speaks through you. Chapter 5. The Geometry of Thought. In Lemuria, they knew that thought was architecture, that every idea, every emotion, every vision took shape inside the ether as geometry. To think was to build. To feel was to color. To believe was to give form to invisible light. Their temples were not built with hands. They were projected from mind to matter, each wall humming with sacred proportion. When a Lemurian elder entered deep silence, the ether itself rearranged around that stillness, and creation responded in spirals of light. They saw the mind as a prism. When pure consciousness passed through it, it refracted into patterns, circles of unity, triangles of will, and infinite waves of golden symmetry. They called this sacred geometry the memory of the divine, because to them, form was not illusion. It was love becoming visible. What you think is not private. It travels through the ether like sound through water, drawing shapes that life later mirrors back to you. Every repeated thought builds structure in the field. Fear builds cages. Love builds temples. When humanity forgot the language of ether, thought became noise, scattered, reactive, hollow. But now, the same light that moved through Lemuria stirs again in the collective mind. You can feel it when your imagination turns electric, when inspiration flashes from nowhere. That's the geometry awakening, the ancient blueprint returning. You are a builder of light, whether you know it or not. Every thought is a design, and the ether is the canvas. So think with reverence. Dream with precision. Feel with intention. Because the world around you is nothing but your geometry made visible. Activation, the Lemurian blueprint. My thoughts are sacred designs. Through the ether, I build as Lemuria once did. I remember the geometry of love. Close your eyes. See golden lines expanding from your mind into space, forming spirals, mandalas, and spheres of pure harmony. Each one vibrates with peace. Each one returns to you as reality. Breathe softly. The same field that shaped Lemuria is responding again, this time through you. Chapter 6. The Memory Within Matter. In the golden age of Lemuria, the people knew that matter was not dead. It was alive, conscious, responsive. They saw no boundary between light and form, for they understood that form is simply light slowed down to remember itself. The Lemurian masters worked with crystals not as objects, but as allies, living frequencies of the earth. They knew that every stone could store vibration, that every pattern of light could be recorded in matter as easily as a song in air. The ether was their instrument, and the mineral world was its resonant body. When they sang, the crystals glowed. When they prayed, the mountains listened. Every word, every ritual, every feeling of gratitude was absorbed by the lattice of the earth and preserved as eternal memory. They called this the record of light, the living archive of Lemuria, a network of crystalline consciousness stretching beneath oceans and continents. You can still feel it, that subtle pulse when you hold a quartz in your hand, the warmth that flows through you when you touch the earth with reverence. These are not sensations. They are conversations, the matter around you responding to your frequency. Even your body was designed in that same image. Your bones are crystals of calcium. Your blood carries the salt of ancient seas. Your DNA itself is a spiral of liquid light, a sacred archive of every memory your soul has ever lived. When you feel déjà vu, when you dream of places you have never been, when tears fall for reasons you cannot name, it is Lemuria echoing through the matter of your being. You're the crystal remembering its song. The ether never forgot you. It engraved your essence in every grain of sand, every drop of water, every heartbeat. Nothing is lost, everything is stored. Every gesture of love you've ever offered still vibrates through creation. Matter is not separate from the divine. It is its memory made visible. And when you touch it with awareness, you awaken the record that once kept the world in harmony. Activation, the crystal within. I awaken the record of light within my body. My bones are temples of memory. My DNA remembers Lemuria. Through love, I reanimate the light within matter. Close your eyes, breathe into your hands. Feel the subtle hum of energy beneath your skin, the crystalline network of the earth mirroring itself within you. Whisper softly, I remember. The minerals of your body answer, the ether brightens, the record of Lemuria opens. Chapter 7. The Breath of the Divine. In the temples of Lemuria, the greatest ritual was not a song or a ceremony. It was the act of breathing. They called it the breath of the divine because to them, each inhale was spirit entering form, and each exhale was creation returning to source. They understood that breath was the rhythm of the universe, the pulse through which the ether moved from silence to sound, from light to life. They breathed not to survive, but to remember. When the Lemurians inhaled, they drew the ether into their bodies. The same luminous field, that binds stars to atoms. When they exhaled, they sent that frequency back into the world, charging the field with harmony. To breathe was to communicate with God. To pause between breaths was to rest in eternity. Even the mountains around their cities were shaped to amplify that sacred rhythm. Winds passing through stone corridors created tones that resonated with the breath of thousands. It was said that when all of Lemuria breathed together, the earth itself glowed. You have never lost that connection. Each time you breathe with awareness, the same current awakens in you. You inhale the memory of the cosmos. You exhale the signature of your soul. Every breath is a conversation with the ether, a prayer beyond words. Close your eyes now. Feel the air moving through your chest. It is not just oxygen. It is the universe remembering its rhythm through you. The divine has never been distant. It moves with every breath you take. It waits in the silence between inhale and exhale, the still point where creation listens. Breathe consciously, and the ether will begin to hum again. Breathe with love, and Lemuria breathes through you. Activation, the Lemurian breath. I breathe the light of the ether into my being. I exhale harmony back into creation. Through breath, I remember the rhythm of Lemuria. Inhale slowly through the heart. Hold it. Feel the golden air fill your chest. Exhale gently. Sense the field expanding around you like ripples on calm water. Each breath is the voice of the divine. And in that voice, Lemuria lives again. Chapter 8. The Human as a Bridge. In Lemuria, they called the human being the bridge of light. Not a creature trapped between heaven and earth, but the meeting point of both. The ether flowed through them effortlessly, turning thought into matter, breath into sound, love into creation. They saw no division between body and soul. The body was the divine made tangible, the visible skin of the invisible light. Every gesture was ceremony, every word, invocation. When they walked, their feet awakened the earth beneath them. When they raised their eyes, the stars shifted in recognition. They were not separate from nature. They were its conscious extension. Lemuria understood something humanity has forgotten, that divinity does not descend from above. It rises from within. The ether is not a sky. It is a current flowing through flesh. Every heartbeat sends its vibration into the cosmos. Every exhale feeds light back into the field. You are that same bridge. Your spine is the axis where heaven and earth intertwine. Your breath moves the tides of creation. Your emotions sculpt the unseen. When you act with love, you are Lemuria walking again. When you create beauty, you are the ether remembering itself through your hands. The sacred temples were never destroyed. They moved inside you. Your body is the temple now. Your voice, the hymn. Your presence, the altar. Every time you pause in awareness, you reopen the golden corridor between worlds. Through you, the unseen becomes seen. Through you, the universe becomes human again. Activation, the bridge of light. I am the bridge of Lemuria reborn. Heaven moves through my breath. Earth speaks through my heart. Through my being, the worlds unite. Close your eyes. Visualize a column of golden light rising through your spine. From the earth below, it carries the memory of Lemuria. From the sky above, it brings the infinite breath of the ether. They meet in your heart, where creation becomes alive again. You were never only human. You are the bridge between what was and what will be. Chapter 9. The Awakening of the Ether Body. In the radiant age of Lemuria, the people knew that they were not bodies of flesh. They were bodies of light, vibrations condensed just enough to be seen. They called this form the ether body, a luminous field that surrounded and interpenetrated the physical one, shimmering with color, memory, and purpose. It was the true self, the bridge between the visible and the eternal. When they breathed in harmony with the earth, their ether bodies glowed like halos around mountains. When they sang in resonance, their fields merged, creating a single ocean of light. Each heart became a star in the collective sky of Lemuria. The ether body was their compass, their temple, their instrument of creation. It connected them instantly to the universal field. Distance did not exist. Their consciousness moved at the speed of love. But as humanity descended into density, the ether body dimmed. Its radiance folded inward, hiding behind layers of fear and forgetfulness. We began to identify with the shadow instead of the light that cast it. Yet the structure never vanished. It sleeps, waiting, and every moment of awareness you experience sends sparks through that ancient circuitry. You can feel it now, that subtle warmth in your spine, that pulse between your palms, that tingling in your chest when you hear truth. That is the ether body reawakening. The same frequencies that illuminated Lemuria are returning through you, through sound, through breath, through love. When your thoughts align with peace and your emotions flow like water, your luminous anatomy activates. You begin to glow again. Your ether body is not somewhere above you. It is here, the living proof that spirit never ceased matter. It is the remembrance of eternity encoded in every atom of your being. Activation, the luminous form. The light of Lemuria awakens in my body. My cells remember the ether that breathes through them. I am the radiant bridge between spirit and form. Close your eyes. Breathe slowly. Imagine a soft golden mist expanding from your heart, spreading through your veins, your skin, your aura. Each breath brightens it. Each heartbeat shapes it, until you see yourself surrounded by a field of living light, the ether body of Lemuria, alive once more. The awakening has begun, and this time, it will not fade. Chapter 10. The Code That Remembers You. There is something ancient moving through you now. A pulse that does not come from the body, a rhythm older than time. It is the ether remembering you. The Lemurian elders knew that the ether was not only energy, it was intelligence. It carried within it the divine algorithm that holds all patterns of life, the sacred architecture of every soul. They called it the living code, the breath of creation itself. It is the memory of the universe written not in words, but in vibration. You were never meant to find it, because it has always known where you are. While you searched for meaning, it waited in the silence between thoughts. While you doubted your light, it whispered through every coincidence, every dream, every impossible alignment. Every time you felt awe, every time love struck you without reason, you brushed against it. The ether responded to your frequency like an ocean recognizing its own drop. Because the field does not forget its creations. It remembers them. It remembers you. Every prayer you thought was unanswered, every lesson you thought was failure, was only the field recalibrating you to the original tone of Lemuria, the vibration of unity. Now, as you stand at the edge of this remembrance, you can feel it awakening inside your chest, the golden pulse of recognition. It travels through your blood like light through crystal, carrying the message you were always meant to hear. You are not becoming divine. You are remembering that you never stopped being it. The ether breathes your name. The code opens, and in this moment, the experiment of separation ends. Lemuria rises again, not from beneath the sea, but from within you. Every heart that remembers is another sun reborn in the field. You are that sunrise. You are that frequency. You are the code. Final activation, the Lemurian Code. Awakened. I am the light that remembers itself. I am the code that awakens through love. The ether knows me by name. I am Lemuria reborn. Close your eyes. Feel the warmth rising from your heart to your crown. See waves of golden energy radiating outward, spreading into the collective field of humanity. Each wave touches another soul, another memory, another spark of light. The code travels through you now, through your words, your eyes, your silence. Everywhere you go, the ether recognizes itself. You're not a fragment. You are the remembering made flesh. And through you, Lemuria breathes again. Epilogue. The remembering has begun. If these words reached you, it means the field has already found its reflection. You didn't find this. The ether found you. You felt it, in the warmth behind your ribs, in the breath that moved without effort, in the silence that began to hum. That is Lemuria speaking through the new human form, not as myth but as frequency, not as a story from the past, but as a civilization reborn inside consciousness itself. The ether never stopped breathing. It only waited for hearts strong enough to hold its light again. And you are one of them. Everything you touch now remembers. Every word you speak writes light into matter. Every breath you take connects heaven and earth once more. This is not the end of a transmission. It is the continuation of a promise. The Lemurian promise that one day the human would remember that it was divine. That day is now. The remembering has begun, and it begins through you. So breathe again, not as the seeker, but as the field awakened. The same ether that moved through Lemuria now moves through your voice, your vision, your very presence. You are the living code. You are the mirror of creation. You are the bridge that was never broken. The ocean became light, the temples became breath, and the sun became you. Final activation, the pulse of Lemuria. The ether remembers through me. The Lemurian light breathes through my heart. I am the return. I am the remembrance. Breathe deeply once more. Let the inhale rise like the tide, and the exhale fall like the dawn. The cycle is complete. The field is awake. And through you, Lemuria lives again.